I could have just did like video. I was like thinking about it and was like, okay, whatever, I'll stream it. But that's right. We are gonna be doing a Star Wars rank tier list of all the movies in order. And for a bonus, I got some of the shows and like like the other kind of movies, like the yeah. Anyways, that's what we're gonna do today. So we got F, E, D, C, B, A, and then S tier. Okay, so we have all these tiers, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna rank our favorite Star Wars movies. So yeah, by the way, this is just my opinion, so like, if you guys have like a different opinion on where I should like rank these movies, then go ahead and do it, you know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, I'm starting over on Fortnite, it's just I still don't know how to get the rank, platform thing up on my PC, but I'm working on it. But it's okay, because we get to play as Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader, so that's what we doing. And our boy here, Ben Solo, is gonna rank all the saga, the whole saga. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and let's get started. Like I said, this is just my own opinion, and we have Phantom Menace. Okay, this shouldn't be too hard. Don't we just pick it up like that? Okay, yeah. See, I forgot how to play. I forgot how to pick it up. All right, we picked it up. So just so y'all know, like I said again, this is just my opinion. So for Phantom Menace, I mean, I kind of like how they had the concept of it, and this is the first appearance of Darth Maul besides the comics. So the Phantom Menace is actually, I liked Phantom Menace, especially because like, and I'm pretty sure every Star Wars male fan says this, Anakin, like the little boy, reminded them of him, and it kind of did for me too. You know what I mean? If I look back at it, you know what I mean? It's just, just a boy wondering where he's gonna go in the future at a really young age. I'm pretty sure he was 8 years old, and Padme was 14, I believe. Anyways, so it's a very good story. I love the concept. We had one of my favorite characters, Qui-Gon Jinn. Rip to Qui-Gon Jinn. So for Phantom Menace, for what it was, I'm probably gonna have to put it in a C tier. Again, sorry for the background noise here. Let me lower my mic a little bit for you guys. Let me fix it, cause I know my my air conditioning, you guys can hear that. So hopefully this is work. Hopefully you can hear me good a little bit. So C tier. I would give it to B tier. I would, but I feel like there's more that belong in B tier besides Phantom Menace. But don't get me wrong, I love Phantom Menace. This is a very good Star Wars movie. You guys, if you guys haven't watched any of the prequels, which I'm sorry, I love the prequels. If you guys haven't watched it, you guys are missing out, and you're definitely missing out on Phantom Menace. This is a very good movie. So we're gonna go ahead and put Phantom Menace right there in the C tier, where I believe it deserves to be, in C tier. Next up, we have Attack of the Clones. Now, this is where the Clone Wars kind of began, and it happened. It was the Clone Wars series was between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It was between. It should be right there. But yeah, for the Attack of the Clones, it was a good movie. I liked Attack of the Clones. I like how it showed, Anakin and Padme, reuniting and stuff, and how, had that, and he slaughtered, those people, the Sand People. Which, Attack of the Clones is also a very good Star Wars movie. I love Attack of the Clones. It was a very good one. Anakin, or no, wait. Okay, that's the next one. That's the next one, I'm sorry. But, it was a very good. I like the base of the story. How it showed, how much it showed how much Anakin really cared for Padme, and I'm pretty sure everybody already knows this. They get together, and I like how they didn't just, because how other movies, it shows how the two people liked each other. In the next movie they just started dating. In this one it just showed, the love between each other, and it showed the bond that they had. You know what I mean? And I like how he did that. I like how it showed how Anakin slowly turned to the dark side. You know what I mean? And for the love of his mother, and it showed that Anakin had a real heart. You know what I mean? He wasn't, all dark. It really, you know, it was more spectating on Anakin's, you know, life between him being with the Jedi. So, I would have to give this, just my opinion, you know what, I think this deserves to be in the C tier. I think it deserves to be in the C tier. Attack of the Clones. I was going to put it in D, but I think it deserves to be in C. For Revenge of the Sith, this right here was a masterpiece. I felt like they could have did a little bit things better, you know, going in with the story. But I loved it. You know, obviously, you know, this is the, you know, the famous lines in here, you know, hello there. You know, General Kenobi. No, it was a very good movie, actually. I really loved Revenge of the Sith, okay? And just letting you guys know, I am a really new Star Wars fan. I started watching Star Wars last year of Christmas. So, yeah, but Revenge of the Sith, I love this movie so much, you know what I mean? Showed how Anakin, you know, turned to the dark side. You know, had him turn into Vader there and stuff, you know. Sorry for the spoilers, but, you know, if you guys haven't seen this movie, you're living under a rock. But I was living under a rock for a while then. But, no, it was a very good movie, guys. Revenge of the Sith, I loved it. You know, we seen Death of Mace Windu. Loved his lightsaber, by the way. I'm pretty sure everybody loves his lightsaber. The lightsaber is the best color. I'm sorry. Best color. But, no, I loved it. You know what I mean? It showed how much, you know, because in Attack of the Clones, it showed how much Anakin cared about his mother. You know, still cared about Padme, of course, but it showed how much he really cared for his mother. And in this one, it showed how much he really cared for Padme. And it shows, you know, because Anakin doesn't have a lot of people near him. Yes, he has the Jedi, which is his, like, family or whatever. But, you know, it just shows how Anakin is really happy that he's having his kids, you know, with Padme. And he doesn't want to lose that. You know, he fears that. And you know, the Emperor, like, what's it called? Manipulates Anakin, you know, telling him in his dreams that, hey, you know, Padme's gonna die. You know, he gave him those visions. But I think it was really awesome, you know, how they showed how Anakin really cared about the ones that he loved. And, you know, he wasn't always, you know, like, oh, all about me, you know what I mean? He always really cared about his family, and he really cared about his loved ones. And I really love how they did that. And how they went into depth with that, from like the first or from the second one, how he, you know, for his mother and stuff. And it's crazy because, you know, he killed more younglings for a loved one, which, you know, you guys don't ever go out there and, you know, kill little kindergartners because you love your girlfriend, okay? I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do that's not really bad, but no, I'm not telling you to do that, okay? I just realized that sounded very wrong, but no, but yeah, I loved it, you know, obviously, you know. Turns into Darth Vader in this one. This is gonna have to go in B tier. Love how they did the story. So there we go. We got the prequels out of the way. Now that's a bad thing that I ranked the prequels. Love the prequels, by the way. So moving on. We're moving on into. Oh yeah. By the way, I was gonna put these at the bonuses, but like, I feel like, you know, they do have more to go with the story. So, you know what? We'll just rank them in order. I'm pretty sure Solo happens before Rogue One. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Solo happens before. So we're going to go ahead and just rank Solo first. I think this had a lot of backlash because it was like, I'm pretty sure, what was it? Star Wars Theory. He said the same thing on his rank list. You know, they had a lot of backlash because it came out around the time of episode 8. So, but no, it was a really good movie. I recently just watched it like 2 months ago, but no, if you really watch the movie, it's actually pretty good. I like how, you know, they did the story of Han and stuff and Chewbacca. It was really good. You know, it showed Han's life before the war and stuff like that. You know, it showed his struggles, you know, showed, you know, the person who he loved before. And obviously we had Darth Maul come back in this one. Because as you guys know, he had his part of his body sliced in half, his legs part, and his abdomen and stuff chopped off. And the first one, Phantom Menace by Obi-Wan? No, yeah, it's Obi-Wan. Okay, it's Obi-Wan that does that. But no, he doesn't die, by the way. But no, Star Wars Solo, it was very good. And that's why I think we'll put it in the C tier. It was okay. It wasn't the best you know, I feel like they could have did better, but no, it was okay. I liked it. I liked it. So it deserves to be in C tier. Next up, we have Rogue One. Now, this movie, pretty sure a lot of people say it. I don't know why this movie's so good, but Rogue One is a really good movie, okay? It's a really good movie. Rogue One's, you know, I like again, the base of the story. I liked how they went through with it. You know, it showed, you know, what happened right before what happened. You know, before A New Hope, and I like how they did that. You know, showed, you know, who the spies actually were, and I like how they finished that off in A New Hope. You know, basically has the same scenes at the ending and the beginning of New Hope. You know, it basically has the same scenes. Just shows, you know, how Vader got onto the other ship. But no, it was a very good movie. Rogue One, definitely good. Has one of my favorite planets in it too. Scarif. I cannot pronounce it, man, and it's my favorite planet in Star Wars. Scarif. I'll just call it Scarif. But no. Yeah, like I said, I butchered that. But no, Scarif. That was like it's like one of my favorite planets. You know, at the ending, it gets like half of the planet just like goes to hell. You know, just blows the hell up. You know, they destroyed it with the Death Star. But it was a very good movie for what it was. We'll put this in the C tier. Yeah, we'll put this in the C tier. Can you just go? Okay, you know what? My controller keeps moving for some reason. I have that problem where it moves to the left. There we go. Next up, we have A New Hope. I like this movie. This is the first, you know, Legends I watched. I don't know why I put that there. You know, but it was A New Hope was pretty good. You know, it was the first real Star Wars. And, you know, not saying that the prequels ain't real, but this was really the first movie that was released of Star Wars. Kind of wish they would have kept that color of the lightsaber, the baby blue lightsaber that we first saw. But A New Hope was pretty good, you know what I mean? It was an old movie, so, you know, you gotta give props of what it was. There wasn't a lot of action, you know, kind of like what Star Wars Theory said. There wasn't really action, which I guess you know, but, you know, showed, you know, characters, you know, just got into the characters of the series, and it showed, you know, who they were and stuff. Like how they did that. It was a very good movie for what it was. You know, this is the movie that really popped off in the early 80s. I believe it was made in 77. But, no, really good movie. If you guys haven't watched this one yet, definitely advise you to. Definitely should go watch this. We'll put that with Revenge of the Sith. Bam, we'll put it in B tier. No, I'm not putting it in S tier, I'm sorry. But no, New Hope was okay. So now that we got A New Hope out of the way, we have Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. This one right here I really loved, okay? I don't know about anybody else. This one was pretty good. When I first watched it, I didn't like it in the beginning. You know, I didn't like how slow it took. But no, it was really good. You know, it had the famous line, you know, well, thought it was the famous line, Luke, I am your father, but really he says, no, I am your father. But no, it was a really good movie. I like The Empire Strikes Back. I love the base of it. I love the base of everything, I guess. But no, it's very good movie. I love the concept and stuff of it. You know, it shows, you know, how Darth Vader survived and stuff, and it just... We got introduced to Boba Fett in this one. This is the first time we got... I think we got introduced to him in Attack of the Clones. But he was a little kid. Well, anyways, you know, yeah, anyways. You know, we've seen Lando for the first time. Empire Strikes Back is really good. I think it deserves to be in... Let's put it in A tier. I am going to put it in A tier. Episode 5. Next up, this was Episode 6, Star Wars Return of the Jedi. All I'm going to say is there is no mistakes about this movie. I'm sorry to tell you guys. No mistakes about this movie. This movie was the best Star Wars ever. I don't know if I should say that. I don't know if I'm going to make people mad or not. But no, for me, this was the best Star Wars movie ever. In my opinion, this was my favorite. Return of the Jedi. Very good. It finishes off the story on how it should have been. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Chill, chill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. we'll get on to that later. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I love you three. You know, not as much, but it's okay. I love you guys. But no, Return of the Jedi. It finished the series off really good. You know, like how, you know, showed how Anakin really came back and just destroyed Emperor Palpatine. Sorry, but yeah, no, loved it, loved it. The best Star Wars movie yet. You know what I mean? I wish all Star Wars movie could be like this kinda. You know what I mean? But no, I think all the old Star Wars were just really good because of. I'm not saying the new ones or the prequels are bad. You know, the prequels are really good, and the Legends is really good. One thing about this series, Legends, is it shows how Luke really, you know, came to be. You know, it didn't just have him off in one episode, you know, at the end being all powerful, you know what I mean? It didn't have him winning all the fights. It showed, you know, it told, you know, how am I trying to say this? It, like, you know, Luke had to learn, you know, you're not always gonna win fights just because you have the Force, you know what I mean? You always gotta trust, you know, you gotta trust in the Force, and you can't, you know, use your anger. You always gotta focus, and that's what I think, you know, was really good about Legends series, the original. So for that, I think Return of the Jedi is gonna have to go in S tier. Like I said, this is just in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody when I put that up there. Maybe. But, yeah, that's just my opinion. I think it should go there. Now, next, we have the, newest series yet. The 3 new series. So, we have Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, after I finished off, you know, the prequels and the originals, I was really excited to start this series, of watching the series. I was really excited. But I don't know. I feel like they hyped things up in the beginning of this one, in my opinion. I felt like it was really good. No, no, wait, no, wait. I felt like the beginning was really good. You know, where they were going with it. You know, how they showed Kylo and stuff, how they started him off. But, you know, as we know, I think they overhyped it in this one for the new series. Which I'm not saying The Force Awakens was bad. The Force Awakens was a decent movie. You know what I mean? But like I said, at the end, I felt like, you know, Kylo shouldn't have lost that battle, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Kind of like how, you know, the first battle between Luke and Vader, you know, Vader didn't lose right away. And it was crazy how freaking Kylo couldn't even take Finn. Not saying, you know, he lost to Finn, you know, he honestly got him, but that shouldn't have been much of a challenge to him. Neither should Rey should be a challenge to Kylo. So that's how I see it. You know, I was really excited. You know, I even got the Blu-ray thing. I have it up in my room actually as like a, I don't know, like a prop or whatever I have in my room, but it's pretty cool. You know, I have it up, the Blu-ray edition. I like how they had like the black box art of it. I'm looking at it right now. It's pretty cool. But then again, I feel like, you know, whatever happened in this movie shouldn't have happened. That's just my opinion, like I said. And it didn't go much into Han and Leia's relationship that much. It was weird. It was weird. It's kind of like they took everything from the original series and tore it all apart. That's kind of how I felt like the series did. The Force Awakens wasn't a bad movie. It was decent. For that, I think it's going to have to go in the D tier, though. I just wish, you know, the whole series would have been better. You guys ready for this train wreck of a movie? I'm sorry for the people that love this movie. When I first seen The Last Jedi, I kind of liked in the direction it was going for Last Jedi. But it was kind of like, it was really edgy. You know what I mean? They made Kylo look, they made him weaker. It was weird, you know what I mean? And like I said, you know how Luke and Vader used to battle. You know, Luke didn't always win and Vader didn't always win. In this one, it's just like in all of them, you know, Rey always wins. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, you know, I love Kylo. Kylo's actually like my second favorite character. But, you know, I don't feel like they should have had him lose the whole time. I mean, Kylo's pretty strong, you know what I mean? He's not really that good with the saber. But then again, it's just how it is. Actually, I have a piece of paper that I ripped out of a Star Wars book. It showed like all the stats of the characters, and I have Kylo's stats, and I have Vader's stats, and I have Maul's stats. But it's just, I don't know if they made freaking Kylo look like a pussy going into this movie. I feel like they shouldn't have did that. I feel like they should have kept him, you know. It's just the whole story was messed up. I didn't like how they like showed off Luke and stuff. You know, the return of Luke should have been really big, but they just, whatever. It's Luke Skywalker, which, you know, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Luke either. I mean, not saying, you know, Luke is like probably like my fourth favorite character. You know, I like Luke, but you know, it's, I don't know. They just made him. It was weird. I didn't like how they did The Last Jedi. For that, it's gonna have to go in the E tier. I'm putting The Last Jedi in the E tier. I thought I'd never see that happen, but it is. It is, and they hyped that movie up so much too, just like they did this one. But going in, it's like between going into each other, I don't know. It's just the series just like fell downhill, kind of. Now, for that being said, The Rise of Skywalker, Episode 9. For The Rise of Skywalker, they didn't clean up much from The Last Jedi, but they did. They made it better. They made it better, okay? They cleaned up a lot of their mistakes and like, okay, you know what? We need to rise again. Rise of Skywalker, hint the name. Go in C tier. Be right back. Skywalker has to go in the C tier, but it was a big improvement from the first two ones of the series. Like I said, it was an improvement, a big improvement. They seen some stuff that they did wrong, and yeah, again, I don't like how they had, you know, Kylo always losing. Now I think he kind of won on the old Death Star. The battle, of least, you know, like the duel, in my opinion. So yeah, C tier. I think it belongs in C tier. Next up, this is just the bonuses. Again, if you guys don't like how I made this, then you guys can also, you know, go and, you know, change up some stuff. You know what? I think we should put Rise of Skywalker in B tier. I think really it's kind of between B and C tier. I guess that's kind of weird. It's kind of between for me. I guess it's kind of weird to do, but yeah, no, it belongs between them two. But no, Rise of Skywalker is really good. It cleaned up the big mess that they made in Episode 7 and Episode 8 just a little bit. You know, they had Emperor Palpatine come back, which I don't know why they did that. I guess they ran out of ideas. But no, it was pretty good though. It was alright. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. I love the movie actually. Just isn't better than that one. Moving on, this is just for bonuses, you guys. We got, oh, wow, I didn't even finish spelling Mandalorian. I'm sorry, I didn't even finish spelling Mandalorian. Okay, whatever. We have Star Wars Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars series, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Mandalorian. Obviously, I shouldn't even call it Star Wars, it's just Mandalorian. Kenobi hasn't came out yet, so I can't rank that, obviously. So, for Clone Wars, this is the movie, kind of like, you know, showing off like the story, what it's going to be in the series actually. Clone Wars was okay. We're going to go ahead and put this over here because I don't want it next to these ones, not saying that it's toxic or anything. It was okay. We'll put it in B tier. This is just the movie. I like how they did, like, you know, it kind of changed a little things of the prequels, but it was kind of like in the middle of, you know, Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones, which I like that a lot, you know, and introduced Ahsoka. So yeah, Ahsoka, yeah. Clone Wars series. I just started watching this, literally just. I finished season 1. I love it. I kind of like what they're doing with it. I kind of like what they did with it because, you know, the series is kind of, you know, from back then, but it's, you know, I kind of like what they did with the series though. It's really good. The Clone Wars series would have to go in A tier. Remember, this is just bonuses, and this is just my opinion. Clone Wars series would have to lay right there. You know, a lot of people, you know, don't watch the Clone Wars series because it's cartoon. You know, I'd rather just go read the comics or whatever. But really, it's pretty good. I suggest you guys watch it. Don't, you know, doubt it because it's a cartoon or whatever. Definitely watch it. It's really good. Star Wars Rebels. Definitely not better than Clone Wars. It would probably have to go in B tier. But I like how they, you know, finished this, you know, kind of like it's basically episode 7, 8, and 9 from Legend. It was basically, you know, it's basically that, but it's better, trust me. Rebels is pretty good. I remember Rebels first coming out, and me watching it on Disney XD. I love Star Wars Rebels. I haven't got into it yet, but I used to watch it when I was a kid. You know, this is the first Star Wars thing I've ever saw, which shows okay. You know what I mean? Probably shouldn't be ranking it because I haven't watched the full thing. I've probably watched a lot of seasons from season 1 and a lot of seasons from like season 3. Cause I know I watched a lot of episodes with my cousin when we were little, when it first came out. For that, Rebels is gonna have to be, yeah, B tier. Used to watch it when I was like 11. But okay, for that, Star Wars Mandalorian. Oh god, I hope season 2 comes out pretty soon. This is gonna have to go in. It's gonna have to go with A tier. Mandalorian's pretty good. B tier. You know what I mean? The series is not all that good just because it has Baby Yoda in it. I'm pretty sure all Star Wars fans knows that, you know. All the fake Star Wars fans are like, oh, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda. No, shut up, kid. Get out of here. But no, honestly, Mandalorian's pretty good. Love the series so far. Kind of like the character that we have. Couldn't wish for a better character. Like the base of where it's going and like the structure of the show. It's only on Disney Plus, by the way. But yeah, there is my rank tier for the Star Wars series. No freaking episodes made it into F tier. The lowest is E tier, and that's the Last Jedi. Force Awakens, then D tier. C tier, Phantom Menace, Star Wars Attack of the Clones, Star Wars Solo, and Rogue One. Between B and C, we have Rise of Skywalker. B tier is Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. For A tier, we have Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. and S tier is Return of the Jedi. For the bonuses, we have in the B tier Star Wars Clone Wars, the movie, cartoon, whatever, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Mandalorian, or just Mandalorian, I'm sorry, and then Star Wars Clone Wars series in A tier. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button. And if you guys have different opinions, leave it down in the comments. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong. Let me hear you guys' opinions. I'm interested. Maybe I put something wrong in the wrong place. Let me hear your guys' opinion. Okay, I'm interested. I want to see what you guys want to say about it. So please, or you can make your own and show it to me. I'm, you know, definitely for sure interested in that too. But yeah, that's been it. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe. Love you guys to death, and see you later.